Hi everybody, it's Victor here from Trend Foreign Trading for Beginners. And in today's episode, I want to talk about Nicolas Darvas, a dancer in US back in the 1950s who made 2 million US dollars from the stock market while doing his dancing performance around the world. Coming up next. Who's Nicolas Darvas? He's a dancer back in 1950s who made 2 million quid while he is doing his dance duty around the world. And he actually wrote a book about it after he made his 2 million. And I think he also got a interview on Time magazines at the time, and people were fascinated by it, and a lot of people read his book. Um, for me personally, apart from Jesse Livermore, I think Nicholas Darvas is another older trader who actually influenced me a lot. He is a person who a very busy person. Um, Basically, have jobs around the world and able to still make money out of the stock market. Which it just that this story on its own, it just fascinates me, and it reflects on something that I want to learn from as well, because I personally have 4 kids, and I also hold a full-time job. Some of you probably heard on my previous podcast, and I would like to make some money too, but my busy schedule, my busy work life, only allow me to have quiet time in the evening when all the kids are asleep. So but then the market is closed at the time. How am I going to make money? The only thing that's available to me is forex, and those forex time are not busy time during evening. So I was searching for ways to actually make money, and to me anyway, I found that doing end of day data, that's the only thing I've got, and using charts to actually do things. And um, um, from what Jesse Livermore have told me through his book is, big trend is from over built over a long period of time, and I sort of married whatever Jesse Livermore say in his book with Darvas, because Darvas is to me is the sort of things I want to follow. Have a busy lifestyle, still able to make money out of stock market, and how he actually does it really is fascinates me. So I mean, he basically goes through any new trader's journey as well. He initially starts from stock tips, then he graduated to tip sheets, then he graduated to asking the stockbroker to help him and trade for him. And then later on, he go to fundamental analysis, and he also read a lot of books. And he even tried something called over-the-counter stocks, which basically have limited basically what you call the rules are not very clear, and then it's quite illiquid. That's what I mean. And when he tried to get out of his position, a lot of time he found there's nobody want to buy it, so he lost quite a bit of money out of that as well. And then he tried insider trading. He decided to do his own research using fundamental analysis like P/E ratio, dividend paid out each year, that kind of stuff. And again, he lose a lot of money. Then he tried technical analysis, and that don't seems to work pretty well for him either. So that is his journey. It's very similar to my journey, where basically I've gone through all the hoops as well. And along all these little hoops I jump through, every time I jump through different hoops, I lose money. And I keep on continue trying to find the next holy grail, so to speak, or the next method or a way that could help me to to earn money, to make money out of stock market. And that's exactly what Nicholas Darvas gone through. That's what basically struck me as well, and his books really speaks to me quite a lot. And then slowly he looked through his old mistakes, all those that he make money, all those that he doesn't make money, and he learned a lot more of those things out of the one that he lost a lot of money. And he set up his rules, like not listening to others, and only trade when his rules say to trade, and don't get too close to the Wall Street, don't listen to rumors, and always be a lone wolf. He have his own, basically he has his own counsel, so to speak, and not to worry about what other people think, and also looking into his own mindset, how he trade as well. If he's very busy with work, if he can't trade, he work up a way with his broker to communicate what he wants, and keep track of things, those kind of stuff. So it's quite fascinating to me. One of those things that also in his book that speak to me is, he's a person who admit he doesn't know. He knows that through his trading, only half the time is right, and the other half is not right, and he lose money for those. And he basically come to the conclusion that he need to find a system, which he did, and then put his pride and ego aside, which a lot of new traders for us, we don't talk about at the start. We only talk about when we first starting out to become a trader, is trying to find a special source, trying to find a way to beat the market, and just want to make money quickly, make it big quickly, without even looking at the internal workings of our minds, how they go against us, and our ego as well, and also the impatient, how impatient we can be, and then how we try to force the trade when nothing's happening, those kind of stuff. And the other thing that Nicholas talks about is being partial to Pacific stock or Pacific theory. He always try to find a way that whatever it works for him best, he'll stick with that. So he borrow, he basically study quite a lot of other people's books and research and stuff, and this is how he create his own system as well, and basically just take what is useful and then just create his own, and through his experience as well. And from his book, I can see that he learned a lot more from his losing trade than he from his winning trade. And also the other thing is, because of his lifestyle, he find a way so that he can trade while he's traveling around the world doing dancing performance, and that is also how new traders progress. When they over time they find problems, they try to then understand what they have to do, or investigate what they need to do to overcome those issues. That's providing they have never given up. So another thing that would speak to me is he just never give up. He just continue. He find a way. There's a way to make money somehow from the stock market, and he just want to find a method, and that's the method that he chooses. His box theory, which is very much similar to breakout system, and it's quite useful. And also another thing that fascinates me what he does is he used an old Baron's book, because he travel a lot to Southeast Asia or around the world anyway. By the time he get the charts and through the magazine, Baron magazine, which is a week of information of what's happening previous week, where he does his analysis, he is always 1 week late. And even though he set up a system with to communicate with his broker, to send cable to him wherever he is around in the world, with the stock volumes, and the days high, days low, and closing price and so forth on the shares that he actually track. But he's still using old data, and this one is very much against the grain of what are currently doing with people. A lot they want, they even make films about it. Get to have the information as quickly as you can, and stay close to your TV, your financial news, and get the latest news, and then therefore make your decision, and therefore make trading that way. And he's a guy who make $2 million using old data. I mean, I'm using end of day data. This guy probably, the way that he works and stuff, most likely working similar to weekly charts, and he don't jump in quickly. He use information that's days old, so to speak, and so his method actually look at long-term moves using old data, and that sort of fits what I'm doing as well. Okay, I'm using end of day data a bit more up to date than he does, but he gave me hope that you don't have to sit by the TV, sit by your level 2 terminal, whatever it is, to get the latest tick in the market, the latest buys and lows, and you can still make money out of it. That's very, very encouraging, and I think a lot of new trader doesn't realize that you don't have to level 2, the exact 5 minutes delayed, or not even 5 minutes delayed, 5 minutes chart, 10 minutes chart, that kind of thing, because we trend following is not day trading method, and Nicolas Darvas using week-old data and still make money. And on reflection, for pension funds, they are quite big, and because they're big, if they want to buy, let's say, Apple, they buy not one or two shares, they buy 100,000 of shares, and if they try to do that, or maybe a million shares, they will move the market. And so what they do is they have to spread over weeks to actually do that kind of thing, and it shows up in the chart. So they have to keep on taking a bit of time to actually build up their position, and they sometimes a lot of it using a weekly chart as well, because they're looking at long-term view, that kind of thing. So it's very similar to what Nicolas Darvas is doing, and those are, for new traders, something that you never realize. That's you don't need 5 minutes chart, 10 minutes chart, because big trend takes weeks and months, sometimes maybe years to create. Just look at Dow Jones from 2009 up to last year. 10, 11 years to make this big bull run. Okay, yes, you can make lots of money in between, in the intradays and as well, but why spend all this time worry about it, and to sit in front of TV all this time you spend on it, when you can do something else or spend with your family? All you need to do is maybe look at a weekly chart or a daily chart. That really fascinates me a lot. The other thing I learned from his book is the way that he put a stop loss on every trade. So before you actually go into trade, he know where to get in, he know where to get out, and he know where to add more positions on. So that's useful, especially for new starters, new people who are into trading. All they want to know is which stock or forex or index to go in, and they don't. A lot of time they don't even ask the price, let alone they even ask about when should I get out. They just always think it's a bit like lottery. You buy it, you win, and there's no they don't predefine the stop loss level, the anchor point, so to speak. So if they lose $100, pounds, whatever it is, currency in your country, you get out. Or if you have a higher tolerance or bigger account, you can say, okay, £1,000 or something. Fair enough, but there's always a limit, because we have limited funds. And Nicolas Darvas, just like any other great trader does, is always put a stop loss there, and in his trade as well. So basically, if he's right, he'll add more. If he's wrong, he'll just get out. And he let the market decide if he's right or wrong. He put his ego away. He doesn't really, through his own experience, he found that, his emotion, if he not control properly, he will lose. And he put that stop loss there to basically stop himself going over the edge, so to speak, and he's also preserve his capital. So those are the couple of things, pointers that I learned from his book, and it always speaks to me, because of the lifestyle I said before, and the way he does it is away from the Wall Street and still make money. He's using quite old data, not end of every 5 minutes chart kind of thing. It's not even end of day data, and sometimes even miss some of his signals, because some of the cables and magazine missed him, because depends on his change of work schedule to different countries, and he still make money. He can still make 2 million quid out of that, disjoint the information, and that's really speaks to me and say that there's always a way to make money if you actually work on it. You find a way that suits your personality, that suits your lifestyle, and that's important. A lot of people given up or jump between systems because they haven't found something that, first of all, they believe in. Secondly, that they can actually follow, and thirdly, the emotion side, that they have tested it. It's again going back to trust that they will just continue. But I think most importantly for all of us is learning from Darvas' book is it really is never give up. Continue to try, continue to try, continue to try until you succeed. And when you get a system, stick to it. Don't jump around, just stick to it. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But when it wins, happy. When you lose, just make sure the losses are small. So I hope you found this podcast useful, and I'll speak to you next week. Bye.